Welcome back, you milk drinkers, and thank you for joining me today. As always, I am Daniel Blake, and few games have been as monumental in the role-playing game genre than The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. This absolute gem of a title is a quintessential gaming and, dare I say, cultural experience, given how many memes have been generated from it.
The helicopter. Helicopter. Got to make that helicopter. Gravitate that helicopter. Got to learn it quick, grasshopper.
Since its release in 2011, Bethesda has ensured to port it to almost every single console so all gamers had access to it, including the Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series X, PS5, PC, and finally the Nintendo Switch, which had the infamous Skyrim on a plain advertisement. While this would seem unprecedented for most titles, Skyrim can get away with it because of how beloved it is by essentially everyone. A quick look into Steam playtimes shows the staggering amount of hours some individuals have sunk into the game. As of February 26th, the current leader, Evelyn, has amassed an incredible 98,084 hours of playtime, or in other words, approximately 11 years, 2 months, and 8 days of straight playtime. Now, normally I'd be pretty judgmental for this amount of time in any game, but honestly, I have sunk well over 2,500 hours into Skyrim across 5 different consoles, so I might feel a bit hypocritical to say anything. With a truly immersive vanilla experience, 3 fabulous DLCs, and a thriving mod community, it's easy to see how tens of thousands of individuals will have fond memories with Bethesda's poster child. However, while building your own manor or being launched to the moon by giants may highlight some of your favorite experiences in Skyrim, one thing that will top no one's list is arguably the worst side quest in the entire game. Now, normally Skyrim is pretty solid with its quest lines, and it's hard to find fault with most of them. Meridia, shut your damn mouth! Sorry. Anyways, as I was trying to say, most of the quest lines are really enjoyable in Skyrim, and some of them are very memorable. A Night to Remember will be one of my favorite quest lines of any game ever, simply because of how zany, wacky, and very Hangover-esque it is. I love it so much. But either way, there is one quest that ultimately, well, sucks. There is no really other way to put it, and that is No Stone Unturned. This much-loathed quest begins when the Dragonborn picks up one of 24 unusual gems scattered across Skyrim before prompting you to get it appraised by someone. That someone is Vex of the Thieves Guild. After navigating the criminal-filled Ratway under the city of Riften to reach the guild, she'll inform you that what you have collected was a stone of Baron Zaya, a valuable set of jewels that were once laden into a crown owned by the former Queen of Morrowind and alleged lover of Emperor Tiber Septim. Now, this is where the headache truly starts, because unless you've installed mods, the location of these stones will not appear on the map. And honestly, I have a burning hatred towards fetch quests that don't even tell you where to go, nor give hints anywhere in-game as to where to look, because it just feels like an ultimate waste of your time. Like, they do not value how much it takes to complete this quest, and that you may have other things that you would like to do, like, oh, I don't know, complete the main quest line at some point in time. I mean, come on, the Skyrim map is huge to begin with, and when it's filled with so many nooks and crannies where these stones could be hidden, it just feels like whoever made the decision not to include waypoints should be fired from Bethesda. I know that's harsh, but like, come on, man. Like, don't do that to us. Respect our time as gamers here. But I digress. After you've spent a ridiculous amount of hours and meticulous searching for all 24 of these stones, it's time to return to Vex, and you may rightfully believe that the quest is finally over. Oh, how wrong you are. Apparently, collecting the stones wasn't enough, because now Vex needs you to retrieve the actual crown itself, which she found was located in Tovald's cave. Like, I'm sorry, Vex. I already collected 24 stones across Skyrim, and you know where the crown is and couldn't get it yourself? I thought you were a master thief, but I guess not. So off we go one more time to a previously inaccessible area to collect the final piece of the artifact. And after fighting a couple frost trolls and countless amounts of our favorite vitamin D deprived men, the Falmer, we finally reach the room where the crown is laid. However, before you can grab the headpiece, a few spooky dark elvish boys show up to try to stop you. After relatively easily dispatching them, you're free to grab the crown, return to Vex, and once and for all end this dreaded questline. Well, I mean, unless you choose to start Skyrim over again, but come on. Who's really gonna play Skyrim twice, right? Now, you'd think a quest that took this long and required such immense exploration would have some pretty great rewards, right?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
So firstly, the completed crown itself doesn't have any armor or magical qualities, making it useless as an armor piece. And also, it just kind of sits in the Thieves Guild as a decorative piece, so unless you really like the aesthetic, the crown itself doesn't have anything apart from a 3,000 gold value once it's done. Secondly, you do get the passive buff Prowler's Profit, which allows you to find more gems in the various containers across Skyrim. However, while this may seem okay on the surface, allow me to explain why it's essentially more useless than Nazim's whole existence.
You get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Okay, maybe it's not quite that bad, but still, let me try to explain why there is still a major flaw with this ability. So even before the buff, gem drops are really common throughout all of Skyrim, and ultimately the items themselves really only have a few purposes, either being relegated to items that need to be retrieved for some throwaway side quests, or being used to build certain items within your mansion, like shrines. I mean, other than that, they're just basically loot that you will trade away for additional gold, but by the time you complete No Stone Unturned, I don't really think gold is an issue for the majority of Skyrim players anymore. I mean, you can never have too much, but still, if the only reason that this buff is there is to get you more gems and you don't need to worry about money or collecting them because you've already gathered a ton from doing the quest itself, then it's kind of like, what's the point? I wish I had this before I began No Stone Unturned, not afterwards. I don't know, I guess I just want to wrap up No Stone Unturned by saying that I have a hard time with collection quests, and specifically ones that span like an entire game's runtime to complete, when the rewards at the end aren't even really anything that you want to look forward to. You know, like I said, at the end of the day, Skyrim has a great aesthetic. I think there's a lot of really unique armor, weapons, decorations, and on that they could have had for the Crown of Barenziah, but ultimately, the item itself, when it's completed, looks generic. I hate to say that for a piece of equipment that has such a unique and rich lore behind it, and to not even give it any magical qualities, period. Like, dude, this was the crown of Queen Barenziah. Like, I don't know, give it a boost of firepower, or like allow you to cast a spell without knowing it or something. I don't know. Do something for something that has so rich of, you know, lore implications. I have a hard time with it. And as far as Prowler's Profit goes, I mean, again, if you got that early in the game, it would be very useful. Money is really, really important throughout Skyrim in the early days, especially when you're trying to like build your mansion. It costs a lot of money to do that. But ultimately, school bus going by? Oh well, sorry. Anyway, sorry about that. My rant was basically over anyways. My whole point being that I just really wish that this quest was tweaked to be, first off, having waypoints throughout it, and second off, to have it, I don't know, mean something more than it does. Because really, unless you're a completionist, this whole quest line should be overlooked by the majority of everyone, because it just reaps like no rewards for your massive amount of efforts. That's my personal opinion, at least. Maybe you like the quest, maybe you didn't have that much difficulty with it, but I don't know. With all the time I've played Skyrim, I've beaten it once, and I don't really care to ever do that again. You know, I think younger me didn't have as much of an issue with long fetch quests as I do now, and especially as I get older and my time becomes more limited, I have more obligations in life. I just have really grown a great disdain for fetch quests as a whole, because it feels like a super lazy way to add content to a game that just makes you run across the map or something like that, when you would have naturally done that anyways. Or especially games that have, like, you don't see as much anymore, but like very limited or no fast travel, like that's just super aggravating. Now, again, I know some people obviously love this mechanic. I mean, Death Stranding, that you are a courier. That is the whole game, is a fetch quest, basically. So I know there's a lot of people that really enjoy this as part of gaming, but personally, I would love to see fetch quests start to go to the wayside. Follow quests too. They're just really the two avenues of gaming I think were utilized a lot in the past that moving forward I would be very okay with seeing disappear. But hey, that's just my opinion. Again, you're free to love whatever you love in gaming, as long as it's a nice unwinding or experience, or you're getting something valuable from it. That's what it's all about with gaming, and especially RPGs, to break that monotony of life, to immerse yourself into a world where you can be a hero and it makes you feel good. You know, that's a great feeling. It's a great way to unwind for a lot of people, myself included. So as long as gaming makes you happy, as long as gaming fulfills you in one way or another, whether it be doing just fetch quests all the time, or doing very deep important role play, or anything like that, I can't understate how valuable that is. So, but I can't also understate how valuable you all are for tuning into this video. Thank you so much. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, that would be fabulous. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it means the world to me. So I would really appreciate it. I do also have a Patreon in my bio, but hey, no pressure to sign up for that at all. Any love you're willing to give, I am just all too happy to receive. I also did just want to go out there. I know it has been a few weeks between videos at this point in time. I put a post out a little while back. I have another full-time job that has been taking up the majority of my time these days. I love it. It's been a great experience, but I did just want to give an apology if you did not see that post and are been looking for my weekly releases like I was doing before. That's the reason why it has been staggered, so I do apologize. I have some really big things in the work for 2025, so I just hope that you all stick with me, and again, I do apologize for not having as regular of a schedule of release as I used to, but life is getting a little bit busy. So for those of you that are sticking around, thank you so much. For new people joining, I'm going to do all that I can to release really quality content for you, even if it's not at a regular release schedule. I am still going to be trying to do the best that I can by you all, and ensuring that the product I do put out has a lot of quality to it, and it's not just pushing out things that aren't ready to be out for you all yet. But anyways, sorry about that. I just wanted to put that in there just in case you're seeing this video and you didn't see the post on the channel before. So at the end of the day, I love making videos for you all. I love it so much, and it feels good to get back and back into the grind and make another one here for you. So if you have any thoughts on your least favorite quests in Skyrim, or just fetch quests in general, definitely comment down below. I would love to read about them and respond if I can, if I have any input on it, which I usually do because obviously I'm a YouTuber. I can't stop talking. So definitely feel free to comment below. And once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all just have the most wonderful day, and we will definitely talk more soon. Deuces!